Hey, what's up everyone? It's VC, VSips, and this is my long-awaited review of the acclaimed strategy RPG title, Fire Emblem Three Houses for the Nintendo Switch. Fire Emblem for me as a series has been something that I've never really been captivated by. Before Three Houses, I played Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon on the DS, which is a remake of the original first Fire Emblem game. I've also played Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, which, as many of you know, Radiant Dawn wasn't that great. Anywho, I received this game by using a Nintendo voucher after losing a bet, so here we go. Fire Emblem Three Houses takes place in the continent of Foland, divided between three rival nations now at peace, connected through the Garreg Mach Monastery, where you, Byleth, a former mercenary turned professor, begins to go on missions for the Church of Seiros and teach one class out of the three classes there for the remainder of your playthrough, which can be a tough choice to choose when so many characters in each faction have really good, deep, funny, and relatable moments.
That was due to a headache, yes?
I have a very fragile body, you see?
Hey, you're cleaning your plate. Nice job.
Please stop.
Yeah!
Something appears to be wrong with my throat.
Professor, Claude, what are you two talking about?
What do you expect? It's Claude. I am certain he was foisting more of his ill-advised schemes on our poor professor.
Oh, you have me all figured out, Lawrence. You know me better than I know myself.
Win or lose, it's an honor just to participate in the legendary Battle of the Eagle and Lion.
As you saw from those cutscenes I edited, I played as the professor of the Golden Deer class by the side of their leader, Claude, who to me needs to be in Smash Bros. Ultimate. And the Golden Deer are clearly the best group out of the three. Not to spoil the Golden Deer route or jump to talking about the combat, but the final boss in this route, man. It was incredible. Probably the best fight I ever had in this game. A lot of the large majority of your time will be taking place roaming around the monastery, eating food with your classmates and fellow teachers, to fishing in the pond, gardening, and also running around like a chicken without a head, running around the monastery trying to figure out whose items belong to whom, and it literally will leave you slightly frustrated for the majority of the game trying to figure out whose item belongs to who, all for the hopes of raising their motivation just for pointless tasks all throughout your journey. Another thing that I wasn't a huge fan of in this game is that there was tons of areas throughout the monastery that were empty and pointless. You go to the stables, not be able to use your horses for the respective characters that use horses for their cavalry. You can't have your own horse for each respective character. And then combined with other areas, like the cemetery is just barren, there's literally 3 tombstones. And then also for the library, there's so many books in there, but all the books that you see are literally just set pieces. It's literally all that it is. You can't access any of those books. There's nothing even there to read. So it's really just pointless space. And that even includes areas where there's literally complete boredom, nothing there, set pieces, like the gazebo area. There's literally a bunch of random NPCs that are students at this university, this monastery supposedly, that don't even talk to you, they don't give you items, and they aren't even in any of the 3 houses in this game. Like, seriously. Now, as we go through the semester in this game, teaching your students while also slaying hopeless bandits at the end of every month, Byleth, your main character, soon obtains a relic called the Sword of the Creator that he learns was the weapon of the creator from long ago, Nemesis. And it's up to you and your faction to strive and help maintain a land of peace before it's too late in Foland. When it comes to the strategy gameplay in this Fire Emblem title compared to the previous entries that I played, I really did enjoy the many new additions to the gameplay that this entry had. From the deep selection of builds you can have for your students, whether it's making sure that they can pass their exams to move on to their next preferred class, like let's say you wanted Claude to be focused in bow and arrows, Hilda to be focused in axes, so on and so forth, to being able to adjust each of your characters' inventory slots and their stats to assure that they are prepared for the upcoming battles ahead with the right weaponry, healing items, skills, and equipment prepared. However, moving around in these inventory menus to help move items between one character to the other, to the convoy and back, It's really clunky, it's not that intuitive to move through at all, it's pretty sluggish, and it really makes it difficult to even want to go through the inventory as a whole. In battle, the game can be pretty challenging if you don't understand how to properly move around on this grid-based battlefield effectively, or if you have the wrong tactics that you try to use to attack and bait your opponent properly. Having the right way to bait your opponent is what can help you win the game. To help yourself improve with these methods, I think it's best for you to practice and learn through playing through the paralog skirmishes to ensure you gain the extra levels needed, while obtaining and learning new bits of the story for each character to help yourself progress through the game in a smoother fashion. Right before I played Fire Emblem Three Houses, I actually experienced and completed Persona 5 for the very first time, and yes, even though I'm late to that party, Persona 5 was incredible, and many of those game's features and methods can be seen throughout Fire Emblem Three Houses, from how you connect with your students and teachers to all the dialogue and conversations you can have with everyone at the monastery, which also helps you understand each of the characters' wants and desires while learning at the monastery, and also later on when you're actually in the post-time skip era of Fodlan. Especially with all the sexual and kinky innuendos that all these characters give throughout the game too.
While I'd love to help, I don't want people getting the wrong idea with me being alone in your room.
A hard guy to grasp, you know that, Claude?
Oh, I disagree. I'd let you grasp me any day.
Professor's perfect. Why don't I just make a vow with him?
How dare you? My bowl is much bigger than Teach's.
In Fire Emblem Three Houses, I completed the Golden Deer route, and I am at part 2, which is the second half of the Black Eagles route currently. Fire Emblem Three Houses is a very enjoyable strategy RPG that breaks away from the style of its prior entries before Awakening, and adapts the styles that were made from Awakening onward to become even more enjoyable to an even wider audience, while having a few minor issues here and there that could be troublesome for various different players alike. I personally give Fire Emblem Three Houses an 8.5 out of 10. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can share this review, and also don't forget to comment your thoughts on my review score for Fire Emblem Three Houses, an 8.5 out of 10. Wait a minute, my Dragon Quest Rivals review was a 8 out of 10 score. Okay, scratch that. Fire Emblem Three Houses is also an 8 out of 10, but it's also not as good as Dragon Quest Rivals. Cause in Fire Emblem Three Houses, post time skip, you can't fuck your waifus.